All right, we're speaking to Louisa Tan for Breast Cancer Fight Club. Breast Cancer Fight Club this morning. Thank you so much, Louisa, for joining us.
You're most welcome, Belle.
Now, tell us a little bit about your life, Louisa, before the diagnosis. What were you working as? Were you a full-time housewife?
All right. Yeah, I am. I'm a working mom. I'm a working mom, and I'm married with 3 kids. And yeah, I'm working with a bank, so you can imagine the working life is kind of like very exciting and challenging as well. Yeah, yeah, and I'm actually in the department of processing loan.
I
All
So
see.
right. Okay. So you're a
yeah.
favorite person to get things approved.
Oh yeah, I guess we are the favorite person now as well.
With the moratorium and all that,
Yeah.
Yes,
right?
yes. It keeps us very busy. So that was me, and I'm still working for the same company, even after the diagnosis.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what?
So
Yeah,
yeah.
go ahead.
Mm. Yeah. I would say that my life before the diagnosis was really busy, and I'm kind of like very career minded.
How did you
Yeah.
juggle having 3 children and a full-time job?
Not only that, I can share with you that I even make myself enroll to an MBA.
Because you
um,
have too much time on your hands.
I don't know what happened to me. I just thought that it's like okay, try to get something different.
Mm.
So I enrolled into an MBA part time, and yeah, having 3 kids, and yeah, working at the same time. So how to juggle? I would say I don't think I'm really doing really a great job here. It's not easy to balance out between working and being a mother of family life at all. It's not. I don't think I really did a good job. But probably what I can say is at least during the weekend I spend time with them.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah,
Mm.
and we did quite a lot of outdoor activity, just like a small trip, going to the beach. Yeah, bring them for a nice movie, kind of things like that. Yeah,
Like most
Okay.
people, you do your best. All right.
yeah. I thought I was doing my best there.
Now, what were some of the symptoms or events that led you to check for breast cancer?
In the past, because I'm 45 this year, so starting from 40 years old, I started to perform this mammogram
Mm.
on every 2 years. So everything was fine. So I did my last mammogram like half or 6 months before, or slightly more than 6 months before I found out. It was still quite okay, but one fine day, I during shower, I noticed there's a lump.
Mm.
Yeah, so that's where I got panicky, and I went to see my doctor, and my breast surgeon, and she was she at first she was just saying, oh, it could be just a cyst, and nothing to worry about. But for to be on the safe side, she advised me to go for ultrasound, and yeah, and do another mammogram. And if it was not really a good news.
Mm.
So I'm asked to perform a biopsy. So that's what I did. And after 3 days, my doctor called me. Then I know my heart dropped because it was I kind of like expecting not so much not so a good news, but I was hoping for a good news. So the doctor was very empathizing, and say, I'm so sorry. It's not really a good news. Yeah, that's how uh, I was diagnosed. Mm.
But it's very surprising that 6 months prior you had a mammogram and it was all clear. And then
Correct.
6 months later, suddenly a lump developed. Were there any pain at all where the lump was?
Uh, In fact, yes. When I try to recall, there was some pain because I suppose that was during my period time. Yeah, I did feel some pain. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
But I
yeah.
thought
There was some symptom. Yeah.
I I I don't know whether it's true because I read before that if it is, it doesn't you don't feel the pain though, right?
Mm.
Yeah, possible as well. But I did feel some pain. It's not a prolonged pain, but it's a pain just came about so once a while during that few days.
I think different people have different symptoms
Yeah.
as well.
Right.
That
I guess
shows.
so. Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess so. Yeah. Mm.
So when the doctor called you and told you that it was cancerous, what went through your mind?
I asked the doctor, "Am I gonna die?"
Oh
Wow.
no.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
That was the
Yeah.
first thing that you thought of.
Yes, that was the first thing that I thought of because I seriously I have very little knowledge about breast cancer,
Mm.
and I was so confident that it will never happen to me because I did my mammogram. I kind of like no family history, and I breastfeeding. I did breastfeeding for my three kids. Yeah, so I was pretty confident, and I just couldn't believe that it actually happened to me. And so when that news break to me, I asked the doctor, "Oh, okay, am I going to die?" So the doctor said, "No, no, you come forward, and I will give you the necessary advice." Yeah.
Okay. So when you received that news, how did you break it to your husband and your children?
That was a really, really, really tough one. Um, I because I was trying to find a second opinion. So before I decide to break the news to my family, so I decided to go for another doctor opinion, and I engaged one of my friend to accompany me. So we went together, and and it's the same answer. So obviously, this time I was kind of more prepared, and I start to think about, okay, how to break the news to my family, my husband, my kids, my colleague, and my parents.
Mm.
So it took me about a week. Yeah, it took me about a week. I was trying to prepare myself, and but during that whole week, I was like crying in the toilet every day. Yeah.
Mm.
Because when I see my hubby and my kids, I didn't know how to open my mouth to them. So so it took about a week, and it was a Sunday, I remember. So it was a Sunday, and I'm looking at my husband. I was thinking, okay, I think that's the right time to tell him. So so I told my hubby, I said, hubby, I have something to tell you. Can we go to the room? Because kids are in the living room,
Mm.
so maybe we should have it in the room, the conversation. And he was kind of like looking at me, okay, okay, yeah. So we were in the room, sitting, seeing each other, and I was looking at him, and he said, yes, yes, darling, yes. And I can't say anything, and
Tears.
my tears just drop. And yeah, so when I tell him, I say, I'm so sorry, I have a bad news for you. Then he was looking at me, and then I tell him, yeah, I have breast cancer. So to
How
my
did he
surprise,
handle it?
my yeah
What was
to my
his
surprise,
reaction?
my husband was relieved.
It was
It's kind
relief.
of like relief. Yeah, I was so surprised. And that was because he said, oh, breast cancer, it's not too bad.
Oh, did he know, or why did he say that?
Did he suspect something was
Worse.
different because that whole week maybe you were a little bit upset and depressed?
Yeah, probably. I think probably he has observed something different in me. Yeah. So why he say it's not too bad is as compared to other types of cancer, because my hubby has family has some cancer history in terms of parents. Yeah. So when he heard it's breast cancer, he feels it is much more manageable.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he does have friends, specialist friends, which he immediately engaged me with his specialist friend to find out more and to give more advice. Yeah.
Okay. So he was
Mm.
supportive throughout the way, and he was staying positive for you.
He was staying much more positive, yeah, for me, and he is much more positive than me, in fact. And he is the one that decided to inform the kids, yeah. And
So you weren't planning on telling the kids.
yeah, I was not able to make the decision. I was still like 50-50. Should I tell? Should I not? And how?
How old
Yeah,
were your kids then? This was just last year, wasn't it?
this was last year. My kids, my eldest son, 13 years old at that time, and my twin daughters, 11. Yeah.
So they're actually old enough to understand, right?
Yes, I know, but at that point in time, I didn't think that they are ready for that. So yeah, and guess what? How my husband convey the message is, he gathered all of us at the dining table, and we had a good sharing of food. You know, food and fruits always make kids happy.
Right.
Yeah. So we are having some very nice talk and enjoying the food. And my husband started to throw a question to the kids. Kids, do you all have any idea or knowledge on breast cancer? What is cancer about? Yeah, what is cancer about? And my son and my daughter, they know they answer quite perfectly well. And the next thing is my husband say, okay, mommy has something to go through. It's a breast cancer treatment, etc., etc. So that's how he break the news for me on my behalf to the kids. And
But you
yeah,
were there. You were there at the dining table when you.
I was there. I was there. I was there, and I wasn't ready at all. I was emotionally breakdown.
So you were there, but you weren't really there also.
Yes, you're right. I was there. I wasn't really there. Yeah.
How did the kids take it?
I only saw one of my twin daughters, the eldest twin daughter was like having some tears drop. But the other two, they were quite steady. They say, oh yeah, after treatment, mommy will be fine. And my son even say, yeah, nowadays breast cancer can be treated.
Wow.
So yes.
Did you feel that though in the beginning when you were diagnosed?
No.
Did you feel like, oh, I'll be fine after treatment?
I have no confidence at all. Honestly speaking, I have no confidence at all. The reason was compared to those time, I didn't have a good knowledge about breast cancer treatment. I don't know anyone with breast cancer at all. None of my friends or family have breast cancer history. So I don't know what I'm gonna go through and etc. Until then, later on, I start engaging with a support group. I must say a very big thank you to various support groups. As long as I reach out to them, they give me all the necessary the correct information, sharing the right knowledge, and very encouraging. And they let me share my fear, because along the way, I think the biggest challenge is to overcome the fear of the surgery, the fear of the chemo treatment, the side effect, the fear of going back to work, and the social life, getting back to social life, etc. And how should each step is a challenge for me. Yeah, over the past 1 year.
Okay.
Yeah,
Did you ever fear death as well?
I definitely. But that has been bothering me for the past 1 year, on and off. Honestly, I still never. I'm still not able to get over with it. Yes, but I think enough is enough because it's kind of like, okay, the first 6 to 9 months is the treatment time.
Mm.
That is the time when I kind of like feel safe because I was in the good hand of doctor. Yeah, the chemo process was very very tough, but you were under the treatment, so you kind of like just focus on making sure you eat well, sleep well, rest well, and go back for the the treatment on time. But the moment it's over, that's where all my personal fear, my feeling, my anxiety all come on board. Yeah,
Because
that
you're
is
worried. You're worried
yeah,
that it might come back, right?
definitely, yes. That is a very real fear, which I try to seek some advice from some of survivors who have been like surviving on for even like 10 years, 20 years. Yeah, I think I appreciate the fact that the fear would not go away, but it's how we manage it.
Mm.
Yeah.
Or even
And
those who survive, you've
mm,
spoken to those who have survived 10, 20 years, they still have that underlying
yes,
fear.
That it will
yes,
come back.
yes.
Mm.
Yes. It's yeah, that's why I was kind of at first I was kind of surprised. I thought over time this fear will no longer be there. But it's still there, but it's a matter of how you manage the fear. um, and that goes down with how you manage your own emotion, your lifestyle, your healthy you eat healthy, do your best. I guess we just have to do our best in terms of like managing our diet, our exercise, our lifestyle,
Mm.
and our stress,
Yeah.
and just let the rest just happen that way, which is beyond our control. Leave it to the doctor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your
Mm.
thoughts, is it about if something happens to you, who's going to take care of your kids? Is that what you always worry about?
Yes, at first, especially when it first happened, definitely I was looking at my kids. Oh my God, they are so small. They're so young, and yeah, who will take care of them and things like that. Um, but it's very amazing to see how my children have progressed over the past 1 year. Seriously, and I kind of convinced myself that I could have been too rigid and control, and over managed my children during before the diagnosis, and I have no choice to let go of this the way I manage them over the past one year or so, but they have grown up even to a better person now.
Mm.
Yeah, so that tells me a lot, and I think while I was lacking before was I was kind of like showing my love to them.
Mm.
I was too much of like a mother, or trying to manage their growing up. But now I always remind myself, it's really a pleasure to spend time with kids, and so I should show more love to them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm.
And you were saying earlier that chemo and the treatment and all that, it was pretty tough. At any point during the treatment, did you ever feel like, oh, this is so tough, I feel like giving up?
Yes, definitely. Yes, I need to go through 6 rounds of chemo. And the toughest cycle, I would say, is the second and the third cycle.
What
The first
happened then?
time, of
Yeah.
course, you don't know what will happen. So
Yeah.
okay, then Then second round and third round was tough because the body is getting weak, and my stamina and also the side effect was kind of quite. I was having quite bad side effect during the first 3 rounds. So
What kind of side effects did you get?
Extreme fatigue. Yeah, fatigue. No appetite to eat at all. Zombie, because I was having
Cannot sleep.
steroid. Yeah, cannot
Yeah.
sleep because the steroid is an excessive dose of steroid during the injection. So I kind of have been zombie for a few days every time after the treatment. Yeah. And the taste bud. But I would say after I think about this, it's manageable as compared to what we have been hearing about the side effect. It's not that bad actually after I think about that. But the only thing that I think I cannot bear with that is the pain in my vein. The pain in my vein, because I need the injection is done through the vein. I did not have the chemo pot. So my vein was quite sensitive to the medicine. So it gets kind of like the burning sensation.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. And it gets very swollen for 2 weeks for the first 3 cycles. So I was kind of worried that my hand cannot sustain the next treatment. So that actually put me in a very pressure situation on that. Yeah.
What kept you going though? Did you cry during these treatments? Did you from the pain, from feeling, I don't know, in a way, pity?
Oh yeah, pity, of course. Yes. Yeah, Belle. It's really real. The feeling of pity, pity myself.
Yeah.
Pity myself of having to go through this. And having to keep myself inside the house and not able to go to work, not able to see friends, and at that point in time, even when my colleague or my cousins, they wanted to pay me a visit, and I refrained from seeing them. I don't really want to see them. Yeah, because I didn't take that quite well. I feel I don't need your pityness. But actually I'm pitying myself. Yeah. So and along the way, because the chemo side effect has really made you look really very out of shape. Yeah.
Because of the hair and everything
And
as
you
well?
lost your hair
I lost my hair. I actually shave it
by yourself?
No, I went to my hairstylist.
Okay.
And she cried. She cried when shaving for me, and I didn't cry. I thought I was okay. I was doing quite well on that. Yeah.
Did you feel any anger at all? Because you said you did everything right. You did breastfeeding. You kept healthy.
Yeah.
There's no family history.
Yep.
Did you get angry at any point? And who did you get angry with?
Is that the right word to use? Angry. Yeah, probably. I blame it to myself. I blame it to myself of why am I letting that happen to me? Yeah.
Why me, right? But didn't you ask God why me?
Yes, and but I stopped asking it. Over the past few months, or starting this year, I would say I stopped asking that question because there's no point. I don't get an answer.
Yeah.
And the most important is how to take care of myself. For the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Yes.
What was it that kept you strong mentally through these treatments that are painful and through all these emotions that you have? What was it that you focused on to keep you strong?
What focused me on is definitely my children. Yes, none other than my children, and also my parents as well. Yeah, I promised my mom. I say I will go and visit her again after my treatment. So I didn't see her for a few months, 3 months. At
Where
least.
is she? She's not in town, is it?
No, she's just staying a few kilometers away from me.
Oh, right.
Yes.
But you didn't want to see her because you
didn't want her to see you in
I
that
didn't
state.
want her to see me in that shape.
Mm.
Yeah. But it was really I would say it's quite personal, but I didn't look good at all, with all the side effect. And I didn't want her to, because my mom is very my mom has some illness on her own, so I'm her only daughter, and it was really a shocking news for her. And I think I can feel that she also is trying to not to see me as well, because I think she couldn't take it at that point in time. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay. So you promised your mom that you will go and see her as a
Yeah.
healthy and better person.
Yes. And that's one of the factor that keep me going. And of course, my children is another factor. And most importantly, I feel that it's my own self, because I have been given a lot of information on breast cancer treatment, and the information I gather from doctor, from the support group, and from from survivors, and they give me a lot of confidence and assurance that most of us will be fine, will do well after the chemo. The survivors, friends tell me, just do the countdown. If you have 6, you count down. You have another 5, another 4, 3, 2, 1, done. Yeah, that's what happened. And time just fly. And now I think about that, yeah, it's just a process that I have to go through to treat my own illness. Yeah.
Okay. How important is it for a cancer patient to join all these support groups?
I would highly recommend. It's very, very important, because before I start keeping in touch with a support group, of course, my first point of reference is doctor. But doctor, being a doctor, they are very professional, but they are also very busy, and they treat your illness, but they don't have really have the time to treat your anxiety or your fear, and your concern, because every patient have the same concern, but they do not have the time to respond to all this, right? And secondly, my main source of seeking for information was through Google at that time. Google, and Google. Keep on Googling.
Dr. Google, yeah.
Yeah, Dr. Google. And every time I break down because I found something bad. So I break down so many times until I started to get in touch with support group. And at first, of course, I wasn't so convinced because I was still in a traumatized stage. But they have been doing their part by giving the right information, the right approach, and they are the right person that I can refer in terms of, especially during the chemo time. The most burning question is always, what is the right food to eat?
Yeah.
And we always get, especially Chinese, we always get advices, don't eat chicken, don't eat prawn,
don't eat heaty food,
don't eat heaty food, no everything. It's kind of like you can only be a vegetarian.
Right, yeah. Which is a bit extreme, right?
Yeah.
It's very extreme, in fact. And if we were to have all this information, which is, I would say is misleading, and we're going to be very suffering during the chemo. And without the energy, how do we go through the chemo, right?
Yeah.
And so it's very important that I find that it's very useful. I get to talk to survivors, and I would say I can rely on the survivor, but success story better than the doctor advice, because doctor has told me the same thing: eat balanced diet. but I was still skeptical until I started talking to them, and they say, yeah, eat egg, eat meat, fish, everything, ice cream. You can eat ice cream. I was so like, really? I can eat ice cream? Yeah, you can eat steak if you want. Yeah,
Okay.
all this. My mom actually said it's a big no. Yeah. So
what other advice have you been given by people who have never been through cancer that you found after being in the support group that is ridiculous?
all sort of things.
Alternative therapy, maybe like eat Chinese
Oh
medicine.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Eat Chinese medicine. Eat oh yeah, some of the herbs. Yeah, some of the herbs, like the certain herbs they call, it's very popular. Um, um, the-
Dong Guai.
Not
No.
Dongguai, Dongguai, no, Dongguai.
Too
What are the
heaty.
Oh, really? Yeah.
yeah? Also sort lah, like and also I would say they apart from food, I don't think there are other main advices from other friends. Yeah, it's mainly on the food. But most importantly, I would really say the support group has really they are.
Oh, how come no sound?
I don't know. I think a connection.
Oh.
Hello.
Yeah,
Louisa,
your connection was,
yeah.
we couldn't hear you for a minute there.
Yeah.
You were frozen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it
Let me
better
just,
now?
yeah, now it's okay. But in terms of support, if you didn't have the support of the support group, right? Do you think family support is enough?
No. My answer is quite a straight no. Yeah. Not because of what they are very supportive. My family members are very supportive. They are showing a lot of concern as well. But as I say, they are not in my position, so they will tell me what is the best for me based on what they hear, especially food, especially stress. Yeah, these two items, I would say, I always get advice from friends who are not cancer survivor. Hey, don't try to manage your stress. You probably need to quit your job. Yeah, that's another
That's
advice.
yeah.
Did you quit your job while getting treatment, or you just took a medical leave?
I took a medical leave.
Okay.
Yes. I didn't quit my job. I'm so happy I didn't quit my job.
Yeah.
Because that
Yeah.
helps, right? But when because I always wonder from the man's side, right? When your wife tells you that she's got cancer or she's got breast cancer, we always wonder what's the right thing to say. So when
Yeah.
your husband said, "Oh, it's nothing to worry about," when he did that, did you feel better?
Okay. My husband said, "Oh yeah, that was not too bad." Yeah, that's the exact word he used.
How did you feel?
Did it make you feel better or not? That he felt that it was not bad.
In fact, I did. Yes, I did feel better. Yes.
Or would you have rather him cried along with you also?
I appreciate what he has done towards me. Yeah, I think rather than he is like me crying baby there, which I probably need to in turn
Comfort
manage.
him.
Yeah, comfort him, right? I think it's much better this way. He is actually guiding me through. He has given me a very constructive advice, and he is making things happen for me, because I think if not because of him, right, probably my whole treatment will be delayed by another few months.
Oh wow.
I won't be surprised, because I may be still skeptical and still not too sure what's next to do, and keep on, maybe I will be looking for more and more doctors, and probably will end up with alternative therapy first.
Right.
I don't know. I it's possible, but because of his support and blessing go all the way, and I was still very worried about my son is having exam in 2 weeks time, my all the small little things. And he just took it away and just give me all the blessing and support and get the right doctor for me. Yeah.
So he was your strength when you didn't have that strength to with the treatment.
Yeah, definitely. That is very important.
Because we as husbands, we don't know what's the right thing to do, right? So we try to do our best. Sometimes we go overboard, and then that stresses the wives a bit too much also, right?
Oh,
But-
yeah.
but-
Yeah. I can agree with that, Judy. I think that applies. That's quite true. After the treatment, like after I'm done with my treatment, yes, my husband was a bit pushy when it comes to you must have a work-life balance. So you must sleep early. So he will nag me if I sleep, not so early. And he will nag, and I will just like,
It's for your best interest, Louisa.
I know.
Trying to take care of you.
Yeah.
Now, in your opinion, Louisa, what is the most important element in fighting cancer? Is it the knowledge? Is it the relationship with the doctor? Is it support from family? What is the most important element in fighting cancer for you, especially?
Okay, I would say the most important element is myself. I equip myself with the right knowledge. And connect or engage with the support group. I highly recommend support group because of my own experience. I have a few support groups, and thanks to the pandemic, there are a lot of online support group.
Right. Okay.
Yes, and that really helps. And that actually keep me going for the past 6 months at least, where we have frequent engagement, sharing session, and with the right attitude, with the right approach, I would say, because when I feel very down or I feel very frustrated about all the possible, all the fear factor, all the negative knowledge, negative information, I will share this during the support group, and they will tell me the right in the right direction, not overdoing it at the same time. Because during the support group session, all of us, all the survivors are open to share anything without the fear of being like judged. And you can just say anything with fear, and you get the right feedback, and your take home will be very, like, it will keep you going for at least for a while. So I think that support group is very important, and getting the right knowledge is important, and have faith in myself is equally important, because I tell myself that I need to be responsible to my own health. So that is important, and I keep that in mind. So having the right lifestyle, like eating the right food, balance lifestyle, and let go my stress. So-called let go my stress. Stress is still there, but we just have to manage the stress.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay. What was do you, in your opinion, now that you've gone through the treatment and all that, what would you say was the most difficult part of your healing journey?
The most difficult part of the healing journey, you were saying physically or
Anything?
mentally?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's the fear.
Which you found very difficult to overcome, even after you
Right.
come past the treatment and all that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's the fear of facing. It's the fear of facing the body checkup review. It is really the fear, because because you don't know whether there is a good news or bad news. I have done I would say probably 4 rounds of body checkup since then,
Mhm.
and I'm learning every time. But the fear of like, oh my God, I'm not sure. I don't know. Am I gonna be getting a bad news? After doing the X-ray, after doing all the scan, while waiting for the report, that half an hour or 1 hour is the most killing time.
Mm.
Yeah, it's really the fear. Um, and during the first 1-2 rounds, um, I was even quite anxious before going for the body checkup.
Mm.
So I need to overcome that fear, so that it should not be bothering me too much. And as what our survivor friends have shared with me, it's okay to have the fear. It's very normal, but leave the fear uh, on the day itself. Face the fear on the day itself, but for the rest of the days, enjoy the life.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay, I
yeah,
understand.
So the fear is that it might be back, is it?
yeah. The fear of it may spread. You may have a recurrence.
Mm.
Um, you may not have a very good blood test report. All the figures and index kind of like judge
Mm.
your result. Yeah, I need to like overcome that fear. I think to a certain extent maybe it's because of my own personality.
Mm.
I try to find out why, and I try to make it within my control.
Mm.
And I want it to be like within the what I would like to see. Yeah, so that is actually causing a lot of anxiety in myself, and that is not right.
Mm.
And so slowly, I'm trying to overcome this, and I have a very good platform to share my worry via the support group, which I really appreciate. Yeah.
Yeah. What would you say then, Louisa, to someone who is going through, who is fighting cancer right now? What would you say to that person as a survivor?
Um, I would say life after the treatment would be even better
Mm.
compared to before. It would be better because we would appreciate our life better, appreciate everything that we have, rather than seeing what we have not gotten. Yeah, so we will appreciate what is just surrounding us, and we will let go whatever is not important anymore. Yeah, and we will not plan too much on like, oh yeah, 10 years down the road, then only I will do this and do that. No, 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 I'll do it now. Yeah, so life after the treatment is definitely much better. I do appreciate and I enjoy my life now much better than before, because before this it's all about work, family, raising kids, but not about myself. Yeah.
Mm.
So
All
you
right.
you've learned to live. It's not just goal, must hit goal, must hit goal. This is let's just enjoy life, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
While you
That's
still
that's true.
have life,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, we
I
have
mean,
life
life is
to.
so unpredictable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's
Yeah.
very true. Life is very unpredictable in the sense that, especially as I share with you just now on the medical report, yeah,
Mm.
medical checkup. Um, because I did have some not so good indicators in one of the times, in one of the medical checkup. So I was miserable for 2 months
Oh.
until I get the doctor said enough is enough. I send you for the for the thorough medical checkup, send you for the CT scan, ultrasound, then only you come and talk to me. So it is to that is that bad. So that 2 months I felt like I'll be gone. And I
Mm.
don't know how to face that result. I put myself in that very miserable situation. And now I think about that. Before I have that result, right, and which made myself very miserable for 2 months, my life was happy. after the treatment, and I thought I'm well. Then I'm happy. Then come to this, it's like overnight it changed my perspective.
Mm.
And then I was miserable for 2 months. After that, okay, get the thorough scan result. My doctor said, okay, you are fine. So stop seeing me until 6 months later. Then I'm happy. Then I think about it, right? It's so the life is so fragile.
Yeah.
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 Mm.
So
And you
just be
wasted
happy
the 2
now.
months you could have had a very happy life as well. Right?
Yeah. I could have been like enjoying and without suffering myself, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a
I
matter
agree
of
with you. I learned from
perspective.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a
Yes,
matter of
yes.
perspective.
And eating steak.
Sorry?
And eating steak in the 2 months.
Yeah. No. Oh, no. You can't be eating steak every day.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Louisa, for this wonderful chat and all the best. And we wish you the best of health moving forward.
Thank you so much.
You'll live a
JD
long and
Belle.
happy life.
Thank you so much, Belle. Thank you so much, JD. It's a really enjoyable session. Yeah.